Raphael Saadiq, you need no introduction. People know you as a singer, a songwriter, a multi-instrumentalist, award-winning, uh, and you're also a humanitarian, which is so awesome. We're going to dive into that. But first, I want to start with this event that you guys have coming up this weekend, which is great. But for you, being from Oakland, what was it about this event in particular and your experience growing up here in the Bay that made you want to give back in this way?
Well, you always want to give back and should give back. And sometimes it's, with a schedule, it could be hard to fit things in to give back, but you do have to make time. And, I'm not on tour. I'm still working on TV shows and scoring TV shows and films like that. I've been blessed to have work while a lot of people don't have work. So a friend of mine, Tony Draper and Ricky Davis, NBA player for I don't know how many, for a number of years, they got together and they were doing these food drives, these feature city challenges in Virginia, Houston, New York, different places. And I was like, that's interesting, man. How can we work this out that I could bring this to Oakland? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And we just started rolling the ball. And it's here. It's happening Saturday at 12 o'clock. We're trying to feed over 3,000 people. We're going to be there from like 12 o'clock in the afternoon until everything is gone. I'm going to be working. So I'm going to be, bringing groceries to your car. I'm not just going to be there. I'm going to be actually doing the work. And that's, to me, is amazing that I get to, go to the cars and hand people, families in need, food, or just people who want it to help other people. And it's also going to be a place where people can, if you're not driving, you can walk up. There's an area for that too. And it's at the mall, Eastmont Mall, where me and your mom both worked at the mall at the same time. I worked at Payless Shoe Stores, and she worked upstairs in a store called Brooks, in the mall. So it's going to be in the parking lot right behind McDonald's, next to the police station. And so it's kind of a reunion for me coming home and getting a chance to do that. And also when I was a kid, I was getting, free lunch with me and my sister from the Panthers and the Black Panthers of the Panther Party. So for me, it's a little bit 360 to be able to turn around and do something for community.
Man, that's beautiful. I love that, you guys have that history working at Eastmont Mall. Look, you and my mom used to work there, and I used to go and shop there as a kid. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But for you, being from this community, we know we have seen communities devastated during this time, especially Oakland. And so for me, being able to tell stories of the community, that's my little piece and my way of giving back. But for you, being from this community and being nurtured in Oakland, being able to come back and feed families when people need it the most, how does that make you feel being a part of this?
I mean, on the way up to it, this is my second interview that I've done. So, to talk about it, it feels really great. I don't think anything's going to be like the feeling when I'm in front of people. I've always, pay attributes to Oakland for raising me, school teachers, churches, my friends, from Clifford Mims, one of my really good friends who I hadn't seen in 20 years. I saw him the other day. My really good friend, Sean Gassett, he's like a fireman. Like I think he's taking a test to become a chief of being a fireman at some point. He's going to be helping me. So a lot of my friends from like grade school are going to be there. So just to be around my friends the way we were kids in the community, walking to, E. Morris Cox and Elmhurst Junior High School in Castlemont in Oakland. It's going to feel probably better than anything. So I always tell my friends, when I was in the 7th grade, I played a talent show and I won this trophy. And it was so loud with people screaming that, like, to turn around, my trophies is on an amplifier. I tell everybody, to me, that was the height. It was the pinnacle of my career, was that day. So I've never felt anything that felt better than that. So I don't think I'll probably feel anything, better than this coming back to the Bay Area and actually, You know, screams and adulations is one thing, but, you know, turning it around is not about me singing or performing. It's about me, you know, watching people walk up and me walking up to them, giving them something. I can't imagine how that's gonna feel. I wish I could put it into words, but I can't. Everybody know I'm a Bay boy to the end. You know what I mean? No matter where I go, no matter where I travel. I mean, the things I learned in the Bay and the people I've met from all the beautiful people who may be judged by our city for, you know, being caught up in the drug ring in the 80s or the crack epidemic or the homeless situation or the school system that was great in a lot of aspects but maybe not looked at to be so great. We were all beautiful people. We were such a beautiful city. And I try to spread that as much as I can, you know, to everybody that doesn't know much about us in Oakland.
Look, every time I hear an interview that you do nationally, anywhere, you're always talking about Oakland. So
yeah.
to see that being young, growing up, and see how much pride you have makes me so proud of my city. You know, and that we came from Oakland.
I love my city. Yeah, love it. Yeah.
For you, during this time, you know, it's been difficult for a lot of people, like you mentioned, and for you to say that this moment is going to be up there with, you know, that moment that you remember when you were growing up, winning that trophy, and that says a lot for somebody who's been around the world. Why is it so important that people continue to give back in any capacity?
I think it's the reason why it's so good to give back and why it's so important because it creates a healthy environment. You know, mentally, spiritually, it makes you a better person, and it makes you know if we're gonna walk around this earth, we have to give out great energy, and you have to, you know, exercise that. You have to do the work on yourself. So this is like for me, I'm doing the work on myself by, you know, giving back, and you know, I'm this type of person. I help a lot of kids, you know, talking about the business that we're in. I don't put it out there on any social media, but I feel like my job is if a kid walks up to me and say, I'm having an issue, what do you think about this? It's kind of been my little side gig to help people, like to give them the answers and not say the game is to be sold but told. I feel like we need to teach the kids how to fish, and they can, you know, they can fish on their own and eat on their own. So that's what I've been doing. So this is the first time that I've been in my own community seeing people. So I think that's healthy for me. That's a healthy way of thinking. And also you're teaching others when they become successful, because it's a place where there's going to be a lot of successful kids, whether it's college, like yourself, doctors, lawyers, politicians, and we need more of those people to want to stand up and do right, you know, and try to be not just right, but better than right. You know, we're from a place where we all migrated from the South, you know, Louisiana, Mississippi, and we all ended up in Oakland or Chicago or some place like that. So those are the people who need the help. Everybody needs to help. Everybody has their own, like Black Lives Matters, and you hear people saying all lives matter, and you know, but it's more than matters. I heard this comedian say, we're just saying matters, just simply matters, but it's more than matter. We're more than matter. We're here, and I feel like people and the parents need to help too, because I just feel like sometimes it's probably hard to raise these kids, you know, and kids got their own way of thinking, and you can't stun their growth at all, but you still have to be, at least you could be a positive image. People like to say sometimes they're not a role model. Well, maybe it's something else you should call it. If somebody can look at you and they have no other choice but to look at you because you're more visible than everyone, you best be trying to do something good. Because people are going to talk about you good, bad, or that old man told me, that old wise man told me, said, people are going to talk about you good, bad, ugly, anyway. So you might as well do something good. And I feel really good doing something good for, you know, for I'm in East Oakland too. I'm right there in East Oakland. Grew up on 94th, worked on 73rd, worked at United Parcel for 6 months, and then I took off in 86 and been gone ever since. Really, I've never lived in Oakland as an adult, maybe for 1 year. And so I'm just like I said, I'm ecstatic about being in the Bay, and it's so cool that you're interviewing me. I'm like, this is crazy.
I think that it's a full circle moment. My mom took me to see you on your Jimmy Lee tour, which was incredible.
Okay.
Incredible. And I think for me, it was beautiful seeing, seeing her, the way that you performed through her eyes, being a part of that moment, growing up on your music. A lot of your albums have gotten me through a lot of moments in life, being a young kid growing up in Oakland. So,
yeah.
We're just grateful for you. And I'm just grateful to be able to talk to you. And that's why it's important to go to these events and do these things.
Yeah, it's important to, I don't know, just I'm so surprised even about my artistry of being a musician, because I'm more shocked about my career than probably people would know, because I feel like being an artist is energy, and making the right decisions is based on, it's just not about the music. The music comes from the energy, and I've always had some of the best energy. I'm a Taurus the Bull. That's my sign. So is Stevie Wonder's. And we talk about it all the time. You call me, "What's up, young bull?" So, but saying that, I feel like it helped me to navigate through an industry that's so cold, so harsh, so structured to fail. So when you leave a place like Oakland, you could still fail. But being that I grew up in a place where I had to walk to school in the 2nd and 3rd grade with no parent, my mom's at work, I learned structure through walking to school and having friends helping me get to school, helping me even fight, teaching me to fight, teaching me, not to get into certain things. The streets really raised me, but in a way they looked out for me, so I felt like, and I know it's true because when I talked to my friend Clifford, and he was like, "Let me break something down to you." And I'm like, "What's he about to say?" But everything he was saying was so true. We all lost so many brothers and sisters to drug-related things. Like my last album, I talk about the addiction of drugs, also the addiction of, healthy eating of food. So I think this is my first attempt, but I also want to come back and teach about more healthy eating with the community of Oakland. It's just because we all grew up on fried chicken and Flint's barbecue, and and go to the store. Only city I know you can go to the store and get a pig foot in a jar. I'm like,
my mom used to bring home that bucket of chicken, but you know what? Now she's like, I know better. I know better, and so you know better, you do better. And that's why you guys are feeding people. I'm sure the meals are going to be healthy. You guys are social distancing.
Not really, not all of it.
Okay.
That's the next round, but it's gonna be really, really good. And but that's what I'm into too. So I'll be talking to people, as you got to get them in first, give them something, talk to them about it when you see them.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Maybe if you have a message for the community that you'd like to leave with them, just a little.
Definitely. I just want to say to the community of Oakland, we're very resilient people. Be strong, through this pandemic. Don't panic. People want you to panic, but definitely wear your mask. It's happening more in inside places where you're inside around people too long. Outside is the best. Outside is the best. And just like I said, we've been through so many things. As the people, we're gonna make it, but be smart. Be smart.
Be smart. That's beautiful. How can people find out more information about this event? Is it, I saw it on your IG.
You can go to Raphael_Saadiq and you can find out everything you need to know on my IG.
Perfect. All right. Is there anything that I neglected to ask?
No, I think you hit it all.
Thank you so much for this. You are amazing. Look,
Thank you.
we love you out here. We love you everywhere. But Oakland, we really love you.
Well, I love them too. Definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.